Welcome everybody. Welcome to another instructional video in about 60 videos that are coming out between now and next spring. It's a series that introduces the 54 cards in my Oracle deck, Healing with Ki. And this series will introduce you essentially to a year and a day training of getting connected with the cycles of the earth, the cycles of the moon, the cycles of your body, and the different ways of feeling and connecting to Ki in our universe. So what are these cards? They are the culmination of about 25, 27 years of study and experience, curated into a set of 54 inspirational and educational lessons. And all these lessons are about universal Ki and how we can connect with it and how we can use it to better our lives and our experience here on earth. The cards, the companion book that comes with them, this video series, they were all created to be tools of empowerment and inspiration. They were designed not just to shed light on what's wrong in your life and what needs your attention, but to guide you in connecting with the correct vibe to rebalance the imbalances in your life. Because when we heal ourselves, we then shift the energy all around us, and our inner work heals our outer work, our outer world. And that's what we want. We want to heal the world. We want to heal ourselves. We want to have more positive experience here on earth. And these cards will help you to do that. Each card introduces an exercise, a meditation, or a ritual that will help you connect to a different vibe that will help improve and rise your vibrations. So who am I and why am I talking about all this? My name is Lisa Ayres. I am an intuitive healer. I am a Reiki master teacher. I've been practicing paganism for officially about 27 years. I have been working with Ki officially for 27 years, but realistically, my whole life, which is a few more than 27 years. So welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me in my sacred circle. Thank you for joining me in Healing with Ki. Thank you for being part of the Drawing Down the Moon system of Reiki. That's what started all of this. Let's talk a little bit about Reiki. I am a Reiki master teacher, so it just sort of fits into everything in my life. If you've been attuned to Reiki, you can use these cards to deepen your experience, to better understand your exercises, to better understand how to use the symbols and when to use the symbols. But if you're not attuned to Reiki, this is really meant for you. These cards are meant to show you that you don't actually need to be attuned to anything. You don't actually need to have a master. You don't need a guru. You don't need a teacher. All you need is the willingness to be open and listen inside to what's happening in your body, in your mind, and in your soul. And that will help you to come to an enlightened state. Having a teacher is kind of nice. Having a community is kind of nice. It makes it a little bit easier so that you're not stumbling through unawares, but it's not necessary. And I hope that these cards will help you to understand that and to find peace and connection. So this video here, this one is a part of a mini series within the series. It's teaching us how to specifically connect with the Ki in our bodies and in our environment. Okay, so within the deck of cards, there are sort of mini decks. There is 13 cards with specific exercises, meditations, and breathing to help you learn to connect to Ki in your body, How is it moving? Why is it moving? Where is it moving? Key in your environment. How can I connect to it? How can I use it? Why do I use it? When do I use it? And then there are cards about the 7 major chakras. There are cards about the phases of the moon. There are cards about the 8, the wheel of the year, the 8 celebrations of the pagan worlds. They're all sort of little mini series. What we're going to do is work through all of these chronologically through the year. So ideally, you will experience a cycle of ki throughout the year as well. So please do go back to video 1 and start from the beginning and work your way up, because these exercises build on each other and you'll find that you benefit by doing them in order. So what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about cards 9 and 10. It's a 2-part breathing exercise that goes together really well. It's called Jôshin Kokyû-Hô. So you can see it written in correct Japanese. Well, it's not actually Japanese. They're English letters translated into Japanese. But you can see them with the correct accents and spelling in the description below. And of course, in the companion book and on the cards. So we're going to talk about part 1 first. Part 1 is a breathing method for cleansing the spirit. We use it to become an empty vessel for life force energy. And the vibe that we're connecting to right now is receptivity. So on the day that this video airs, the moon will not be void, of course, and it will be in Pisces, which is a perfect time, perfect night for you to be expanding your consciousness through meditation. So let's first prepare to do this exercise by calming our bodies down using the exercises on cards 6 and 7. You'll find that the exercises on cards 6 and 7 are sort of your baseline for everything. The first exercise is Hatto breathing, and that is simply breathing in and then relaxing. Just like letting go of all the tension in your body, telling your body you're in a safe space, telling your mind you're in a safe space. It's okay to let go. It's okay to release the tension. It's okay to just be here in this moment. So let's take 3 breaths that way. And the key is to actually feel the breath vibration in your body. So if you let that go really deeply in your body, you'll feel a vibration in your sinuses and in your heart and in the back of your throat. So one more time. It vibrates your vagus nerve, the nerve that calms the whole body down. The next one is breath of the earth. This one we're taking that, but we're using it to push our consciousness into the earth and feel a connection to and oneness with the vibration of the earth. And you'll notice that it's much slower and calmer and peaceful. So take that breath in. Push your consciousness down into the earth. You're not pushing forcefully. You're allowing yourself to sink in, to melt into the earth. You can push forcefully. I don't like to do it that way. I don't like to force myself to do anything. I like to allow myself to do it. All right, so we'll take 2 more breaths this way. Just feel that pause between exhale and inhale. Feel yourself merging with the earth. Feel yourself merging with the earth. I'm doing this exercise on one of those rolly half exercise ball chairs. And it's fantastic because you can feel yourself sinking into it. You can feel how unbalanced you were before you do the exercise and how balanced and centered you are after. It's actually really pretty cool. All right, let's talk about Jôshin Kokyû-Hô. This is a variation of breathing methods that you're going to find throughout all the gentle martial arts. The gentle martial arts are things like aikido, tai chi, qigong, reiki. Reiki is actually considered a martial art. This is the first step in clearing your body of toxic blocks. Now, what do I mean by that? We don't want to flow water through a dirty, gross straw, and we don't want to drink that, right? Like, we want that straw to be clean, clear, sterile, ready to just bring me fresh, clean, healthy water, right? So if we imagine our bodies as that straw, right now, we're very likely not super clean, not super clear, maybe not so sterile. We want to sort of begin to recognize that we can pull ki in intentionally into our bodies, hold it in our bodies, and then start to control it within our own bodies and within our own energetic fields. And when I say energetic fields, I'm not just meaning like my aura. I'm also meaning the energetic field around each and every one of my organs. I'm meaning the energetic field around my thoughts and feelings. I'm meaning my whole energetic being. Even into your astral being, even into your multidimensional being. Eventually you can get into all those cool things. But right now, we're focusing on here and now, what my physical body is doing, what my physical body is experiencing. All right, so it takes practice. It takes practice, and eventually you'll begin to learn to control the ki in such a way that you can send it anywhere. That's the end goal. So for this exercise, ideally we want to be sitting or kneeling comfortably. This is an exercise where the focus is on the breath. The focus isn't on what your body's necessarily doing or how your hands are moving or where your hands are set. It's really just about the breathing and how your body is processing the ki that comes in with the breath. So traditionally you would kneel in seiza, which is kneeling in a meditative pose. But the key is that you just want to be sitting with a straight spine. And if you need to, if you plan on doing this exercise for a long period of time, you can even do it sitting, on a straight back chair or up against a wall where you have support and you don't have to focus on that straight spine. Being on this exercise ball is actually pretty good. I've got better core strength than I would have thought. So I think I can sit here pretty comfortably for a few minutes. But the key is, don't worry about your body. You want to be comfortable for this. So all we want to do in the very beginning, after we've done Hatha breathing and breath of the earth, is just breathe normally. Just breathe and observe your breath. Okay? What does it actually mean to do nothing but sit and breathe and feel the breath in your body, right? Do you notice when you start to do that? Oh, I feel like I can release some things. Oh, I notice some aches and pains in my body. Oh, I notice some weakness in this muscle. That's okay. That's your body and your conscious mind trying to be like, hey, we're still here. We're still here. The monkey mind, right? Let it go. When you're ready and you're sort of observed how your monkey mind is going to get in the way, just breathe in through your nose. And while you're breathing in through your nose, imagine that you're breathing in life force energy through your nose, yes, but also intentionally through your crown chakra. Okay? And then you're just going to exhale normally and just notice the energy enriching your entire body with your breath. All right, so let's try that. So just get comfortable, breathe in through your nose, imagine, and you might find it helpful to imagine like sparkling light or a shower of energy coming in, or a pillar of light. Whatever you feel is most appropriate and helps you understand that this flow of energy is coming in through this energetic vortex or hole or gateway at the top of your head. Okay, breathing in through the nose, feeling the energy coming in and into the lungs. Okay, just notice it there in your lungs, and you can sort of feel like a tingling of energetic stuff happening in your lungs. Okay, think about how the blood vessels are actually coming to the lungs to collect this energy, to collect this life force key. And they're picking it up. And then as you exhale, all those little blood vessels are going all over the body and just dropping that key off wherever it needs to be, which is in every single cell of our body. All right, so we're going to breathe this way with this imagery, this thought pattern for 3 to 9 minutes. For this video, we'll do 3 minutes. And I just want you to notice your body filling up with life force energy. It's not going anywhere. Just notice how it strengthens and vitalizes your body as you're breathing this way for just 3 minutes. All right, enjoy. That was pretty good, right? Once you're feeling revitalized, I want you to change the energy. This time, you're going to pull the life force energy down through the lungs and into the belly. And eventually you're going to find a power center here, a cauldron, a ball of energy here in this center. We call that the dantian or the tanden in drawing down the moon system of Reiki. And this is sort of your power center where you can hold and store your life force energy. We're going to learn about that later. It's coming in the following lessons. Right now, I just want you to focus on being able to bring that energy through all the other chakras. So through the crown, through the third eye, through the throat, through the heart, through the solar plexus, through the navel. Now remember, we're talking about two different systems of thinking about the energy. So the dantian or the tanden is Japanese, Chinese. The chakras are Indian. So we want to sort of separate those two thought processes. When we're talking about the tanden, it's not the navel chakra, but it is very similar in location and space. And it's sort of housed inside the abdominal cavity. Okay? And it's a ball of energy rather than a vortex. Okay? So you want to pull that energy all the way down with your breath into your belly and just notice it there, notice it collecting there. And then as you exhale, let it flow out again like you did from the lungs. So let's practice that 3 breaths. Again, the imagery that you like, coming all the way down, holding it, and exhaling and allowing it to float into the body. The goal again is to learn to intentionally pull this stream of universal ki. It's coming from an external source, the universe. Pull it into your body and hold on to it. Imagine you're storing that excess life force energy in your belly for a later time. So, you're alive, you're doing fine, but we want to hold on to a little bit of extra for the times when we're feeling depleted, when we need a boost. We might feel a little bit depressed, or we might feel a cold or flu coming on. We want to be able to hold on to that extra for when we need it. Now we want to solidify that energy in our belly. So we can use symbols to do that. We want to make it solid and true here in the real world. We want to manifest it and solidify it in the real world. So a great symbol for that is just the square. Just draw the square kind of like a seal over this energy point. That square is holding that energy for you. Or if you do Reiki and you have the Chokurei symbol, perfect. Spiral it right down on the belly. Anything that works for you. You could even use the imagery of a padlock if you wanted to, as long as you've got the key to that padlock. And then draw that symbol on your abdomen and pat 3 times. Right there. I know it's there. So you want to practice this exercise every day until you feel you can pull a really strong flow of life force energy into the belly, until you can really feel a lot of strength and power and energy swirling around in there. Okay? That's part 1. And you could work on this for weeks if you want to. So I'm going to let you take another minute, practice here, holding the energy in, patting it in. Take 3 breaths that way. I'll give you 3 minutes to practice. All right. Card 10. Card 10 is Chuku no Ashi. Chuku no Ashi. It's the breathing method to clear the channels. The point is to become an empty reed through which life force flows. Okay, we've learned now to control it, to hold it, but we've done nothing to clear the channels. We've just learned to hold on to it, to work with it, to feel receptive to it. Now we're going to shift the vibe into like this Zen flow in our body. We're going to feel the energy flowing through our bodies. This is the second step in the exercise. The point is to clear the body of toxic blocks. And then, therefore, allowing the life force energy to flow really smoothly and effortlessly through your body and through your energetic field as well. And also, we're learning to control the flow of ki in our own body and to direct it through specific channels. All right, so think about what toxicity might be in your body, what stagnant energy might be in your body. Think about where you feel it in your body. Like, I feel a little bit of a twinging in my back today. Okay, maybe I want to send some energy there. Is that twinging in the back, that tightening of the muscles, is that going to impede really smooth flow of energy? Because remember, this life force energy is always going to work on you first, and then wherever you're sending the energy. So let's say I want to put life force energy into my coffee mug. If I've got this tightness in my back, first things first, that life force energy is going to work on breaking through and clearing up that energy so that it can then come through my arms into my cup. And that's fine and dandy, that's wonderful. But if I need to fill my cup right here and now, I don't want to have to work through all that mess first. So, how are we going to do this? And the important thing is, before we can really truly find this powerhouse, this cauldron of energy in our gut, we've got to clear that path through which the ki flows into the powerhouse. So we do this by intentionally sweeping energy through our bodies and through very specific channels that we are strengthening with this exercise. The first of which is this big channel, right? And as we are sweeping through, we're flushing out these sort of unhealthy or stagnant or no longer useful particles of ki that are housed in our body. And we'll find these kinds of energies, they get stuck in all kinds of things. They get stuck in your fascia, they get stuck in your cells, they get stuck in your organs, they get stuck in your circulatory system. They get stuck in your mucous membranes when you're feeling sick and you've got that sort of like, ooh, in your throat. There's some stagnant chi in there too. So this energy flows from the cosmos to the body and then back out again to the cosmos. Okay, so from the macrocosm to the microcosm and then back to the macrocosm. All right. So in order to do this exercise, you need to be standing, and you need to be standing in a very specific pose. In yoga, it's called the mountain pose. I'm going to post a visual of what that looks like. That mountain pose is important because it helps to prevent any physical dams. Like, for example, see how I've opened my chest up. It's not closed in and tight. It opens up the lungs. It opens up these joints so that there's a free flow through. My arms are not clenched in. My fingers are not clenched. They're open to allow fewer obstacles for the energy to flow through. And during this exercise, you're going to breathe through the nose the same way that you did in part 1. And you're going to imagine breathing in life force energy down through your crown chakra, sweeping out all the junk, holding onto it, swirling it around, kind of like a carburetor. Hold it there in your power center. And just comfortably hold it until you exhale. When you exhale, the ki spreads out just like before, energizing and nurturing it just like before, but also continuing to sweep up stagnant ki along the way as it goes. So drops off positive, ki picks up negative. It's just like the oxygen carbon dioxide exchange in your blood. Think of it that way. And then you're going to exhale, but you're not just exhaling only air through your mouth, okay? You're also now exhaling all that stagnant ki, all that energetic junk that you no longer need, that you're allowing your body to let go of, right? That's an important point. Allowing your body to let go of it, acknowledging that you don't not need it anymore, acknowledging that it doesn't serve you anymore, and acknowledging, I'm letting that go. It's an important part of it. So the imagery of the mountain pose is going to show up next. And I want you to just take close attention to how the body is standing, how the hands are splayed, how the toes are splayed. And just like it's comfortable and yet rigid, if that makes any sense at all. It takes a little bit of practice, again, like anything else. So once you've mastered standing comfortably in that mountain pose, breathing the way that I described, into the belly, holding the energy, sweeping out of the body, then you're going to add more channels in. And you're going to do this one at a time. You can do them all at once, but it can be a little bit overwhelming. Try it both ways. I find that there's a lot going on in this exercise, so it's easy to get distracted and miss a step. So first we'll start by blowing polluted energy out through our mouth and our palm chakras, right? Remembering that the energy is flowing out and then it just sort of drops to the ground and gets reabsorbed. Or you can send it up back again to the universe. That's fine too, but we're not throwing our garbage at, the next person who walks by. So breathing in, flowing back up the same channel, out, splitting in half, going out the arms and out the palm chakras. Did you ever see the old time movie, Disney animated movie, where the beast, when the beast turns into the man and he's got light coming out of all of his fingers and toes? Like that. Imagine that. So you're blowing out of the mouth and the palm chakras. And then once you've mastered the palm chakras, you're then going to add in the 10 fingertip chakras. Okay? Then the next step is to incorporate the feet. So from the power center, you're now going up in 2 channels and down in 2 channels to the foot chakras, which are in essentially exactly the same spot of the hand, but on the foot. And allowing the energy to flow out through the legs and into Mother Earth can be very soothing, very healing, and very grounding. You may actually start to feel yourself almost like you're standing in cement. It's actually a good sign. You'll get used to it. But when you're not used to being so grounded and connected to the earth, it can feel really weird and somewhat off-putting. But it's a good sign. So breathing through the feet. When you've mastered that, add the 10 toe chakras, exactly the same as the finger chakras, but on the toes. Okay? Breathing out through those. So now you're at 15 points. Your mouth, your palms and fingers, your foot, your soles and toes. That's 15 points, right? Finally, you're going to try and also blow out through the eyes. Okay, now this one is challenging for a lot of people. You are not wanting to focus really hard, like you're not like focusing really hard. You just allow your eyes to be gentle and calm. It's not a physical thing that's happening, it's an energetic thing that's happening. Just allow your eyes to be gentle and calm, but feel the flow of energy back up out the eyes. And then that you can learn to use to focus your eyes on a point and send energy there. Okay, so this is going to take you many weeks. You're not going to be perfect at this the first time. It takes practice. It takes time. All right, so let's do another 3 minutes of practice. And I just want you to stand in that mountain pose. Start with breathing out through the mouth and the palm chakras. If it feels comfortable with the palm chakras right away, also add the foot chakras in as well for this next exercise. So 3 minutes, practice breathing, practice breaking the flow of ki up into 3 to 5 different channels in your body. Don't forget that while you're doing this, the ki is picking up and flushing out stagnant energy. Enjoy. So this is becoming a hollow reed for life force energy to flow freely, unimpeded, with love and compassion through our bodies. We become a vessel of life force energy. We become a tool, an implement to bring more energy to the world, to people we love, to people we don't love, even more better, right? Once you've mastered all of the channels, there's one last step. And that is incorporating the tongue on the alveolar ridge, which is right there. It's the ridge behind your front teeth. So you're not pushing your tongue on your teeth, but you're actually pushing the front part of your tongue up against the front part of your jaw. if that makes any sense. Right here. All right. Now, there is an energetic circuit in the body that flows from that point up, down, around, and back up again. When we seal the tongue there, we're holding this energy in our body. And we're holding it until we choose to let it go. And that's key as well. So again, this takes practice. The other point that you're wanting to seal is at the perineum. At the perineum muscles, when they clench together, they also seal an energetic point down there as well, so top and bottom. That energetic point, as well as this one, when both closed, you create a full circle, a full circuit. So you want to hold on to that energy. And then intentionally let go by dropping the tongue. Okay, this is going to prepare you for exercises later on that you'll need to be proficient at doing this. Again, takes practice, but right now, while you're doing the mountain pose, breathing through all the channels, the last thing that you're going to add in is breathing with the I always say it wrong, alveolar ridge. Okay, so you breathe in through the nose with the tongue on the top of the mouth. Hold with the tongue still on the top of the mouth. Release the tongue, intentionally releasing the energy. Put the tongue back up. Breathe in again. So let's try that 3 times. Okay, so breathing in. Breathing in, tongue on the roof of the mouth. Don't forget to also clench the perineum, your Kegel exercises. One more time, you're breathing in, the tongue is closed, the perineum is closed, you're feeling the energy flowing in, you're holding, you're dropping the tongue, you're blowing the energy out of all the different points in your body, intentionally letting go. Okay. Again, practice this daily. Do it in the morning because it's energizing. And it's empowering and you feel good and it makes you happy. So enjoy it. Practice it regularly. Take your time with it. And like I say with every exercise, if you think you've mastered it, do it again because it'll be different again. Time for honor and recognition. I always want to honor and recognize those people who introduced me to the exercise because these exercises are old, they're ancient, they've been around forever, and it's important that we know that they're not all necessarily mine. It's not exactly, I'm not presenting it to you exactly the way that they may have taught me, but someone did teach me. And in this case, I learned about this exercise through the original Reiki handbook of Dr. Mikao Usui. We won't get into the title. And that book is by Frank Petter. Frank Petter is a prolific writer about Reiki. He has some really interesting books out there. If you are interested in learning about Reiki, he's got some great references. So check him out. All right. That's it for this lesson. Thank you very much for being here. I will see you in another week. Enjoy the exercise.